shorty, what your name is? Do you have a man? Who you came with?
No, so if you don't know, Street Academy about to stun on y'all real quick, okay?
No, let's
You
go.
can now find us on YouTube, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
Yes, let's go.
Banger, banger, banger. Like, if I knew how to put that in the audio visuals, I would, but whatever. We all over the place now. So y'all can find Street Academy Podcast pretty much anywhere. We not on Tidal. I didn't see us.
Do they have podcasts on Tidal?
They don't have a lot. They have a few, but they don't have.
Like, we're already there. We can go there now. We can go there now.
Yeah.
Street Academy?
If you go to Spotify, we're on there. I was listening to it this morning. Just type in Street Academy Podcast. All right, so it's recorded now.
Oh, we're live.
Yeah.
I just saw the notification.
We are live. All right, cool. Let's do this. All right. So, welcome back, y'all. Street Academy Podcast.
Let's go.
1 foot in the academy and 1 foot in the streets. And today we are talking about Black Joy. This is the Black Joy episode, man. We gonna be excited today. So, and another thing is that our past episodes have been really just heavy. I think a lot of them have been heavy. And we've been going like just really deep, I guess, because of Street Academy. And so, we talk about and assess all these different, ideas and, add on all this stuff. And so, I don't know, we just want to be light today. You know what I'm saying? Just be light, just talk about just some of our favorite things, things that we enjoy. And just parts of Black life that's just fun. Because I know one of my favorite authors, Karen Lacey, she has a book called Blue Chip Black, and she talks about how like so many people talk about the trauma and the drudgery of being Black that a lot of times we forget how fun it is, and how joyful it is, and how joyous it is and how much Black people like being around other Black people. And so I don't know, that's just been, although that's a key part of my research study, it's also just something that I just live by too. Like I just think about that quote out of her book. And even in my scholarship, I try to reflect that. Like not always talking about the trauma, because it's really not, personally, in my experience in being Black. I mean, it's been a lot of things you got to overcome, but it's also been a lot of fun. So we're just gonna be talking about that today. Just Black joy, man. Just our favorite things.
Let's go.
A few of my favorite things. When the long nights.
When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things. Okay, but
then I don't feel, I thought it was I don't know if that was it or whatever.
We need a Black version of that. Do you remember Lauryn Hill's version? Well, she used that a while ago called Black Rage. She used the same thing.
Oh, she did do that.
I don't
Lauryn Hill
remember
did
that.
the Black Rage song. Yeah, I was gonna say Andre 3000s. Andre 3000 on Love Below. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Okay. All
I
right.
would love some new music by him. I would love for him to come out with some new stuff. Yeah.
Did you see where they said he just pulled up?
Playing the flute.
What was that?
Andre 3000.
Oh man.
He pulled up playing the flute.
I love it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That man is doing whatever he wants. Like I don't answer to nobody except whatever my spirit is telling me to do right in this moment.
I love it. He said his son 18 now. He grown. I'm just living my life. I'm just living my life.
And my sister saw him in a Whole Foods once, and he gave her a hug. And she said he was just the warmest, nicest person. Like
I could see
I
that.
would have died.
Yeah, I met him at. I was down. Where was I? I was at some natural food, vegan food spot. This was years ago, like 2015,
Mm,
and on Auburn Avenue, it was a hole in the wall spot that a
mm.
friend of mine took me to, and we was just chilling. And somebody walked in, and I looked, and I was like, that looked like.
That's a
And then
lot of
somebody said,
toothpaste.
"Hey, Andre, what you want to order?" And he said, "Oh, can I get a, whatever?" And I said, "That's Andre 3000." And I was just looking. And so then he left and came. I think he was on a bicycle or something.
He was on bike.
I was like,
That's
"All
great.
right." No. He was in a BMW. He was in a nice car. I forgot. He was in a nice car.
Those are like two extremes.
Yeah. He
That
was,
was largely the way your memory did that.
yeah. And then he came back and was just like chilling at the counter. And I said, "Hey, what's up, Andre? I was wondering if I could take a picture with you." And he was like, "Yeah, sure." I took a picture and I was like, "Yeah, I was that was like a year after the Outkast at last concert." So when they was on that 20-year tour of
Mm-hmm.
Southern Playalistic,
Mhm.
yeah, Southern Playalistic.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like, "Oh, what day did you go?" And I said, "I went on Sunday." And he was like, "Man, everybody was there on Sunday because Erykah Badu had pulled up, Bun B, like a whole bunch of." So he was like, "Yeah, that was my favorite day. That was the most fun day." And I was like, "Man, it was so good. Well, thank you, whatever." And I had the picture. He was like, "Yeah, it's all good."
Mm.
And he was just super, just real cool, laid back. And then he was just sitting there chilling for like an hour, just
Mm.
sitting there talking to a bunch of, just talking to some people.
That's cool.
He seems so authentic, just like true to himself and
Yeah.
no pretenses, all that stuff.
Yeah, he was out of all of the celebrities that I've met, that was my favorite. Absolutely.
Mm.
That was
Oh, I pray that I meet him soon.
he really do be round though. Like just be
Yeah.
I need to be in the right place. I need to be in some new places. That's what
yeah.
I'm calling it for. Meet me some
Cool.
fruit stacks.
All right, y'all. So where we gonna start? What our
Favorite. I got a list that we wrote. I put it in the chat.
Okay.
Favorite albums.
Favorite
So
album.
favorite music that we listening to right now. What's been getting us through this season, or just what's your go-to music?
Favorite albums. Just right now or just in general?
Well, let's just go for right now.
Okay. Albums that have been getting me through. One of them is India Ari's Testimonies, Volume 2. I think it's called Love and Relationship.
Is that the one with the white cover or the one with the black cover?
It has like a pink cover here.
Oops, I was wrong number. Okay. I thought it was because one of them, I just remember thinking about her albums. It's like you had Acoustic Soul, so she's all like, "I want love, I'm ready for love," and then the next one she had where I think it was Testimonies, or was it Voyage to India, where then it's like she found love, and then the next album was like, she found love, and it was like brown skin and complicated melody, I'm interested, all those songs. And then the next album was like Good Morning, but morning like MOURNING, having a private party, all of that
That's
stuff.
the one. Yeah.
So that's Voice to India, right? No, that's Testimonies.
Testimony, yeah.
Okay, so I'm like, oh, okay. See, I was thinking about these two.
That album is crazy.
Yes. I was thinking about Voice to India. I think that was my problem.
Yeah, so that's one of my, particularly right now, that's one that's really getting me through. I by the second, third track, I be it was all right. Oh man, I need to get my life together. I swear. I be working out to that joint. I be India, like 175 on the bench press.
That's funny.
You get me through. So,
I need
I've
to
been
revisit
listening.
that. It's been a minute since I listened to that one.
So yeah,
Let's
that's one
see.
for me.
I've been listening to just some sounds, some vibrations. So I'm gonna just show the album 417 hertz. It's just like clear negative energy. It looks like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's just some. I'm playing it right now. Where's the mic? Can you hear it?
It's loud.
Oh, sorry. It's just like for peace. That's what I've been listening to a lot.
Mm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Y'all are like, oh, that's that
I'm trying
So
to
you just
think of
listen
like
to
what
white noise.
it's like. What is it like sound healing? Is that what it's called? Where you just like play like those
yeah. It's like sound healing, that kind of stuff.
yeah.
Oh.
My favorite. I've been listening to The Gift a lot.
Oh, Beyond Queen Bee.
Yes. Yes, especially Black Parade. That has been on repeat a lot.
I haven't listened to that.
Yeah.
It's been really good. My favorite like album that's older than a year, I think is probably B by Common. That like crosses a lot of different moods for me. I can listen to it, whenever.
Okay.
And then I guess my other favorite right now, Remember Me When This Is Over.
Shout out Kool-Aid. If you ain't, man,
Very
listen.
good.
Listen. Remember Me When This Is Over. It's a dope album. Y'all need
Very
to
good.
yeah.
I'm also a big playlist person.
Me
so
too.
I don't. It's very rare where I listen to too many albums straight.
Yeah.
And I have this playlist I created called My Fortune Flow, and I just have some random stuff on it, but I'm liking it. Of course, I have like this new song. I like the Broke Boy Anthem. Have y'all heard that song by Deja? That's it. Can y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Get it. Get it. Get it. Oh, we about to do a versus. We should. Somebody else
We should definitely do a versus.
and then she gonna come in hard. Y'all wait a second. Yeah, so I'm feeling
This is cold. I like
Who
that.
is this?
Her name is Deja SB. I don't even know. I just
Throw that in the chat.
Yeah.
Hey.
Or you can put it on the Facebook, on our Facebook.
I should put it in there, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm feeling that right now. And on there I also got this other song called Don't Kill the Wave by Rick Wilson and Terrace Martin. Do y'all know that song?
Mm-mm.
It got a little funk vibe to it. This really helped me out. Yeah, so I'm feeling that right now. That keeps me feeling spunky.
I like that too.
Yeah.
So
I like that
Oh,
too.
funky
So
little
either I'm
vibe.
like bend out, or I'm like keep it funky.
I like that too. That's funky.
All right.
Yeah. Now, so I was trying to think of albums that I'm listening to right now that's just my favorite. I have my favorites of all time. Like some of my favorites of all time, they may not be necessarily like quote unquote the best. Some of them are the best, but they're just my favorites personally.
Mm-hmm.
I think I put it on my Instagram one time where I said, I think it was around that time, Jackie, when you tagged me on your 10 albums, album a day thing.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah,
I did those. But Stevie Wonder songs in the Key of Life,
Mhm.
I always go there. That's a big one for me. Childish Gambino's Awaken My Love, Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly. What's the other one? Sounds of Blackness, From Africa to America, The Journey of the Drum. Those are like 3 that's just off the top. I like just some of my favorites of all time that I could just listen to whenever. And Common's like Water for Chocolate is another one for me. is like one of my favorite albums.
All right, so since we did favorite album, so that's like the auditory piece. That's what's helping us, keeping us joyful and happy during this time. Let's go to the visual. What is a favorite show, a favorite movie, or anything like that that you've been watching, or that is, that you enjoy, that you've been enjoying during this season?
And before we do that, I also want to say, if you're checking us out on Facebook, feel free to drop some of your favorites or give us some categories that you want us to talk about, that we can talk about in terms of like favorite whatever, favorite books, favorite albums, favorite songs, favorite movies, favorite whatever.
I was trying to say like drop it in the chat, but I think on Facebook the chat is to either that.
Wait a minute, let me.
No,
it's below. It's below.
It's below? Oh, okay. Not by yet.
You did it right. Okay, you said favorite. Oh, favorite things we're visually watching.
Yes. What are you watching? I know what I'm watching.
Okay.
I like to watch on Netflix. I'm into Chef's Table, and the recent version they did a street food series. They did Street Food Asia, and then they did Street Food Latin America, and now I'm getting through the Street Food Barbecue. And not Street Food Barbecue, just Chef's Table Barbecue. And so Chef's Table is just a show about, it's a series, it's a real beautiful narrative about chefs and people who love food, and kind of like how food has transformed their lives. I think especially with the Street Food series, it's just shown, to me, what has stood out is just how powerful just food can be. Like something very small is like a snail. I remember this one woman who she needed to make some money for her family. And so she was like, well, she needed to start a food stall. And she remembered her dad used to cook these snails. And so she started cooking snails. And it's like snails was her family's passage to economic freedom. And to me, that's just so powerful how much food can do that for us. Food can be that.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that. I love that show for that.
Street food. Let me see. I watch a lot of. Actually, currently I'm watching Grey's Anatomy. Like I know it's random, but I don't.
It's beautiful.
I know it's. So I've never seen an episode before ever in my life.
I thought that you said that you liked that show. It wasn't Grey's Anatomy. It was Friends. Sorry, I take that.
Well, yeah. Oh,
yeah. It was what?
Ooh, we need to do an episode, the anti-Black episode.
Friends?
Anything that is not of Black culture that we love.
You said
they call it the anti-Black.
I gotta hear John say this out of his mouth. Johnny, you said,
yes, please.
You said what now?
I know.
No, I need to hear it. I need to make sure there's not issues.
I can't say.
What is it?
Yes. Okay. You know what?
Listen, walking the truth. Yes, walking the truth.
Say the name of the show.
I'm gonna say it. I would rather watch Friends than Living Single. I said it. I know.
Well, thank you all for joining us for this episode. We gotta fix some things. We gotta have yes. Now I knew that you liked Friends. I didn't know that you ranked Friends above Living Single. That's sacrilegious.
I was gonna let you. I was not pleased with the Friends. I can understand it. I have watched some episodes myself.
I know.
That is altogether a different thing than accusing Friends of being better in some way than Living Single.
So let me clarify. Just off the strength that Living Single is Black, I'ma always ride. Like I'ma always ride with my people, right?
That's not what you said.
If it was a thing that said what's gonna stay on TV, Living Single or Friends, and we gotta decide, I'm gonna go with Living Single just because it's Black, right?
Okay.
Taking all of that aside, if we lived in a colorblind society, Black.
We don't, and it's unnecessary.
If we live in a colorblind society, I just have to go with
exercise.
Right. Like if you just said, John, which would you put if you had to spend all day watching either one of these shows? Which one would you choose?
You rather watch white people all day.
Didn't say that.
What you're
That's
about
the-
to.
that's
What
the
you said.
exception.
About
It is
to.
That's
the
basically what you said, though.
That is the exception.
You're about to watch a
Literally
very
speaking.
unrelatable
No,
show.
I would not rather
All
watch
day.
white people all day. But it's just something about those. What? How many? 6 of them? Them 6 characters, man. They just.
They touch you because they're so relatable. You know, people.
They so relatable. 'Cause I can relate to 6 upper middle class white people in New
People
York.
who live in New
Yes.
York
Yes.
in an oversized
Around New York
apartment
in their 20s and the 90s.
in their 20s.
Yes.
Okay.
I can relate
You
to
know,
that so much. I don't know
that's
why. I
fine.
don't know what it is, but I can. If you know what, I have I have Hulu, and all the episodes of Living Single are on Hulu, and all the episodes of Friends is somewhere. And I'll probably watch the Friends ones like 2 or 3 times, and I have yet to watch Living Single. So yeah, we need to.
Walking your truth. I mean,
What is
You like that, don't
I know all the words. I know every.
you? Dance. You know you want
Someone
to.
told me life was gonna be this way. But your time's a joke, you bring. Y'all not gonna yuck my yum, okay?
You're right. I'm sorry. I actually don't think that's right for people to. I actually think that was not a proper response for me at all. That's not right. Black people are diverse, and the whole point of Black liberation is that we get to make our own decisions. So you get to decide to sit there and watch that show as soon as you like.
I feel like there's some
and-
underlining.
No, you know, you have the freedom to be able to watch Friends, and that is what counts.
That is what counts. I mean, but just know
We're looking for a new goal. I don't know if John can see this, but we gonna get a new goal. Okay. All right, bye-bye.
living single.
this will be my last episode on. It's been great rocking with y'all here, Street Academy Podcast. This is my last episode.
This is John's last episode.
Yeah, please follow me at John.
John, hold on. Now we gotta ask you some questions. Actually, no, I don't. I never like to get into the conversation of what makes a person Black or.
But we should do an episode like that though. That would be cool.
However, I am curious.
We'll circle back
I'm
to this
curious.
at a later
I just
point in
gotta
time.
Right.
I just gotta ask this question. Okay. Who had the best in that year? You know, when Kanye went onto the stage. Who had the best video that year?
Oh, you talking about when Beyonce did, what was it?
Yeah, Single Ladies. I'm just
Single
Was
saying.
that Single Ladies?
I'm just saying. Was it Taylor Swift? Would you have let Taylor Swift?
Oh no. Let's no. Wait, well, which video was it by Taylor Swift?
Oh, you said
I've never seen any video.
I don't.
that's the
I was
correct
gonna say-
answer.
I thought I've seen one Taylor Swift video.
I'm just kidding. I shouldn't be like that either.
So no, but I mean Beyonce Single Ladies, that's like not one of my favorite videos by her. But I just imagine that anything Beyonce drop is gonna be better than anything.
Was it Single Ladies that year?
Was it? I thought it was.
It might be, but I feel like the Single Ladies video was like culturally iconic for that time.
Yeah, for that time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
everybody was talking about some.
Everybody was doing that. I do remember that. Yeah.
I don't remember anybody doing anything from Taylor's video. So.
Yeah. No. I mean, Beyonce's got snubbed twice because she got snubbed there, and then she got snubbed when your girl,
Adele
Adele won the joint over her,
Yeah.
and everybody knew it, and so it's like, bro, like Lemonade
That was on
over Lemonade, bro.
right?
Come on, son.
Wasn't that her Lemonade album?
it was.
That's crazy.
Adele just sit back there and like that's all she do. Like Come on, bro. Are you kidding me?
Can you do Adele again, John?
Like she just be back there. Like that's it. She don't be whatever. I mean, I ain't gonna hate on Adele.
All right. Well, okay, we got your show, Friends. Did you say one, Jackie?
My favorite show of all time is A Different World.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's that. I still watch it. It's on Amazon Prime. Please don't come for me for being part of that. One day I will divest from Amazon Prime. Amazon period. But
I thought you were gonna say don't come at me and try to ask for a password, like which was my immediate thought.
A password for A Different World?
No, for Amazon.
Oh, for your Amazon.
Oh. No.
Amber was like, actually, that's what I was.
No.
I'm about to buy me a bunch of stuff tomorrow.
Amber, you know I got you. I'll put it in the group chat. But yeah, no, one day I'll divest, but you know, we can bring that up at a different time. I think I just finished watching I May Destroy You, and that was a really good show.
Heavy. Where is
that? It's heavy with light moments. It's by Michaela Coel, who is a British, I think let me not get to misspeaking. She's a British actress, writer, like triple threat person. The show is on HBO, I believe. And one may say on the surface that it's about sexual assault, because that's like one of the themes that carries through the whole series. Like I think maybe that's like the central theme, but then there are like all these other themes that come up about friendships, relationships, sexuality, drugs, like just being a young Black millennial. Like it just touches on so many things. It was just such a good show. Like the first season is done, so it was just such a good show.
Okay.
What's it called again?
It's I May Destroy You.
I May Destroy You. It's on Netflix?
It's on HBO.
Oh,
I don't know if it's I don't know if it's anywhere else.
Hey, Jackie bougie. She got Amazon
Prime and
HBO.
Let me tell you what it is. I got HBO to watch Insecure. And that is what, that's what I do every year. I get my HBO for 2 months or 2.5 months, whatever it is, and then I cut it off when Insecure is over.
That's true.
I got caught up this year because I started watching I May Destroy You. So I extended it like an extra month and a half or so. But yeah.
I think I did that with Stars and Power. I did.
Yeah.
I watched it. I like that.
Oh, there was this other show that I really delighted in. It was on that app called Quibi. It was by what's his name? He's a floral designer. And anybody who just wants to watch something delightful, Bloom and Plume. Do you know Bloom and Plume?
I feel like you said this to us.
I did say this.
I don't know if we talked about it on the show though.
We did talk about it on the show, but I forget the name. It was called Centerpiece. So if anybody just has some time and they just want to download Quibi, there's a month or a week or something free. And it's just a short series with this guy. What's his name? Maurice Harris. He's a florist, and it's just cool. It's just he does centerpieces based on people's personalities and their life stories. It's just gorgeous. So that's something to check out. Quibi. Yeah.
Quibi.
Mm-hmm.
Dope. Nice.
People look around. Well. What's the next one? So we did our favorite albums. We did our favorite sounds. Why don't we go to taste? What about some favorite foods? What foods are y'all delighting in this season? Okay, my favorite food of all time is French fries. That's real quick.
Yeah,
love French fries. That's one of my issues.
What am I loving right now?
I also love dill pickle chips and salt and vinegar chips. I actually want to do a salt and vinegar tour of the world.
Is that a thing? Like, Is that like, will you find salt and vinegar in?
When I went to Kenya, there were salt and vinegar chips. When I went to Hong Kong, there were salt and vinegar chips. There was salt. The Hong Kong ones, it was salt and balsamic vinegar, which was very delightful. So it's a thing, and I honestly have had so many types of salt and vinegar chips. I wish I had documented all of the salt and vinegar chips I've had, but going forward, I shall.
They have salt and balsamic vinegar either at Kroger or Target. I can't remember.
It's at Kroger, but it's not that
Kroger?
great.
Okay.
I pretty much have had every one.
Salt and vinegar. I've never known that about you. So that's your favorite. What's it called? Taste?
Well, that's my favorite snack. Like, I like salty things. I'm more of a salty person than a sweet person. So French fries are my thing, and then comes the salt and vinegar chips and the dill pickle chips.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So something that makes me happy, very, very happy when I have this is, and anybody who's close to me knows, my favorite snack that I love to have at the end of it. If I were to have the most perfect day, right? Just the perfect day, just everything goes great, everything is wonderful. And then at the very end, right before I go to sleep, I'll pour me a small cup of juice. And then I get a big stack of those oatmeal cream pies, not the big ones, but the small ones. I don't know why I don't like the big ones, the small one. And I get 2 of those. And I sit in my room.
Don't say it.
And I open up that oatmeal cream pie.
It's getting bad.
Break off a piece, break it in half, and then I dunk it.
I'm out of here.
In the juice.
What is going on?
My day is perfect. My day is perfect.
What kind of juice is
at that
it?
moment, that's the cherry on top. That's the 2 things on top of the wedding cake. Like, it's perfect. My day is perfect at that moment. Yeah. You take the oatmeal cream pie.
What kind of juice? Tell me what kind of juice this is.
Probably simply lemonade. That's like some lemonade or something. Yeah.
You dip that in lemonade?
Yeah. Like raspberry lemonade, the peach, anything. Any juice. Yeah. And just.
You know what? I'm not gonna knock you, but
that's my that brings me a lot of joy.
How did you discover that?
That's the next question, Jackie.
Yeah, how did you discover that?
Huh. So when I was very young, I used
John was a young warthog.
I can't even recover. Okay. When I was very young, I used to love cookies and milk. That was my favorite snack, right? I want to say there was a time at home. I was probably elementary school or something, and there was no milk in the house, and so, but we had juice. My dad used to make the best Kool-Aid in the hood. Like, everybody would come to my house for my pop's Kool-Aid, and he made it every Friday because he made it for after church, and we would eat dinner, and then we would have this Kool-Aid. So everybody, and it was super, super sweet. Definitely like something that we should like. Right there. What Martin say? I like it. Like, it was right there. But it was really, really good. So we had that, but we didn't have no milk. And I really wanted, I used to love to dip my cookies in milk and eat it. And so I said, I wonder what would happen if I like cookies and I like juice. So why would I not put 2 things that I like together?
That's true.
And so I did it, and I was like, this isn't bad. And I just been doing it ever since.
So did you first dip the oatmeal pie in Kool-Aid, and then you graduated to lemonade as you became older and more sophisticated?
No, so it started with cookies. It started with cookies and Kool-Aid, and then as I progressed in social class, right, as I experienced mobility,
You went to Simply.
right, I could afford to get Simply lemonade and oatmeal cream pies.
Oh gosh,
That's great. Simply Lemonade is not for every type of Negro. It's only for us upper class.
Right.
I hope I can graduate to be an upper class Negro who buys Simply Lemonade all the time.
Like, and I buy a few of them a week.
Just
Oh.
for dipping?
No, not just for dipping. I just go through them so fast because I be killing them.
Nigga, you dipping that much?
Right.
It's like, bruh.
Yes, that is my
Okay.
yeah.
That sounds delightful.
Yeah.
I could actually, now that you explain a little bit more, I'm like, I can see the progression. I can see how like you were dipping cookies in the Kool-Aid, and that's just like this. I can see that.
I mean, it started with cookies and milk though. It started with the regular cookies and milk, and then it just
and then it was born out of necessity. It is typical of the black struggle.
Yeah.
typical
It's,
black.
it's your soul food. It's literally your soul food. It's like, we ain't got no milk, but we do got Kool-Aid. and so then you use the Kool-Aid.
So have you introduced JL to this?
Please don't. Sorry, I didn't mean to
no,
say that.
actually, yes, I did.
You can do whatever.
Actually,
you
yes, I
want to do
did.
with your child.
It was like a couple of days ago. I dipped something. I was eating it, and I dipped it in the juice because she. You know how kids do. You know what I'm saying? They every time you eat, even though after they done ate, they come up to you and be looking. And I'm chilling. I'm at the table. I'm like, bro, you just ate. Like I just fed you. Why? And so I was just like, yeah. So yeah, she has been introduced and she liked it.
Okay.
All right, now are you gonna introduce her to friends?
Hmm?
Are you gonna introduce her to friends?
Yeah. When she's old enough to like
To
get
what?
those jokes. Because
Mhm.
they make a lot of like sexual innuendos and stuff. I wouldn't let her watch it as a
Mhm.
child, but
Mhm.
when she's old enough,
Mhm.
I like it.
Are you gonna introduce her to Living Single too, or you
Of
just
course. I knew that was coming.
I like the progression.
I knew that was coming. I was waiting for it.
I'm just curious.
It's a fair question, Amber.
I'm just wondering.
Knew that was
Fair
coming.
question.
I knew it was coming. Yes, she will be introduced to Living Single. But I will probably show her friends first. Actually, she'll see Different World before she sees
Hold on. I gotta do my Zoom face, like on
The
these Zoom
Zoom
calls
face.
at work. You're just like, you know what I realized? If you need to, sometimes, like one meeting the other day, I just was like so upset with what these people were saying. I just had to like act like I had technical difficulties. I just turned the video off for a second, which is still there on audio, because I had to allow myself to scrunch my face up and be like, what? I had to allow myself that. Because it's like, I had to do that. And so
sometimes
you're like, man, what? Anyway,
I
you
support
still have the
that.
audio on?
yeah, I didn't say, what's going on with these motherfuckers on audio though. Sorry, it's just a kid-friendly.
No, none of our
Live.
episodes are kid friendly. Even
Sure, I mean, and while we're doing that, Jackie, you were we didn't get to your favorite food.
When you said salt and vinegar chips earlier, it made me think that I have discovered a love for Rap Snacks, which is fairly recent.
Oh wow, we got some range on this show.
Yeah,
We
it's
got
fairly
range.
recent. But Rap
I've
Snacks,
never tasted them. What do those taste?
Which rap snack?
okay, all of them. Well, okay,
Watermelon,
specifically.
chicken and watermelon.
It better
You
not be
have
the-
I have not seen that.
You said that like you wanted it.
Those stereotypical.
No, okay. So
You got excited. Like, where is it?
I would not try that one. I'm not a fan of watermelon, but I might try it. Like I've seen like chicken and waffles and stuff. I might try a chicken and waffles if they
A
had.
chicken and waffles one might not be.
I might try that. So I, moving back to Atlanta, I would start to see a lot of stuff that just did not exist in Wisconsin. Like that was just not a thing. And so I would see Rap Snacks and I would always be like, ugh, Rap Snacks, this is so like extra. These rappers aren't out here making chips and whatnot. One day I was just like, let me try it. I got I want to say it might have been Migos. They have they have like a cheese puff with a dab of ranch. Or it might be the popcorn one with the like all their stuff has a dab of ranch in it. And I tell you, it's the most accurately named chip I have ever like. It is very accurate. It just a dab. You can taste it. It's just
a dab,
just a little hint, a dab, and it's really good. Cardi B has a couple out there. I recently tried Biggie's Rap Snack. It was like a honey barbecue. It's very delicious. Highly recommend. I love a good barbecue chip.
Okay.
Romeo Miller, I think, also has a honey barbecue type situation. I think it's called Barbecuing with My Honey. Also very good. Highly recommend. Let's see.
I tried the little Yachty one. It was terrible.
Which flavor is that?
I can imagine.
It was supposed to be like some hot fries.
Well, his music. I don't know him as a person. But.
It was supposed to be some hot fries, and they were awful. They were more like cheese puffs, and they tasted like, I don't know if it was just an old box of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got the wrong one, but it was absolutely. I couldn't even finish the whole Cheeto.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And I eat some snacks. I like to try and experiment with all kinds of chips and stuff, but I couldn't even.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and I let my sister taste it, and she didn't even finish the little thing either. So it was just me. But it might have been a bad bag. Do I feel like giving them a second chance? I'm not sure.
I wouldn't. I would highly recommend the other non-Yachty flavors.
All right.
Yeah.
I would only eat Rap Snacks of someone that I like. It has to be an artist that I
Who would
like.
it have to be?
It would have to be like a Biggie or
I would love an Outkast.
Migos. I mean, I like the Migos. So
Speaking of Andre 3000, an Andre 3000 Rap Snack?
That would probably be really good.
that would be.
It would be vegan.
Yeah.
It would definitely be vegan.
Yeah, because he's vegan. Yeah. Yeah, that would be good though. Yeah, I would only choose the rappers that like if I'm looking and I'm like if I don't listen to your music, I'm not gonna buy your snack.
I mean, listen to a lot of their music, but the snacks are where it's at. Migos ones, the Cardi B ones.
I would buy Cardi B. I like his music.
There's somebody that I'm forgetting. I said Romeo Miller, but there's somebody that I'm forgetting that also has a really good one. But yes, so Rap Snacks. I'm probably gonna have to buy some later because now I'm thinking and I'm starting to like salivate because I haven't had them in forever. It's been like at least a couple months since I've had a good Rap Snack.
I'm gonna have to go up to the corner store now after this is over and get me some Rap Snacks.
Yes.
Because I'm interested now.
Yes.
I've always seen them, and that's why I went ahead and tried that little Yachty one, but I was disappointed in that one. And the other flavors, I'm not a big sour cream. I would always see like sour cream and onion or like barbecue, and I really don't like. I'm not big in barbecue chips.
What's your flavor?
I like salt and vinegar.
Oh yeah, she did say salt.
Or like a dill pickle, and they don't have that.
They do have a dill pickle.
What was dill pickle?
I don't remember, but I did see some sort of dill pickle. I'm not a dill pickle fan, so I wouldn't have gotten
I love dill pickle too.
Yeah, but I saw it and I just kept on going.
Oh, okay. Well, if you ever see that dill pickle Rap Snack, please copy for me.
I am happy. Listen, I am happy to. They have quite an assortment at my local store.
Your local hood store.
My local hood store.
Their place right across the street. Might walk right there, get some, and come right on back.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that now. I'm excited.
All right.
All right, Jackie, you want to choose one?
A question?
I
A
chose
topic?
one. Amber chose one.
I just kept going through them. Yeah, one of the topics.
Let's do favorite accent.
Favorite accents. I can start this off. I already know.
Yes.
Y'all thinking about it? I'll just go ahead and start it off.
I got one. Go ahead.
I love a good New Orleans accent. I
Hey,
love,
baby.
listen,
Yes.
I can, I
My name is
love,
Toya.
even, even though
I'm little
out of
baby.
all the
mama.
places that I've been to in the world, the meanest people were in New Orleans.
Really?
Meanest?
Yes, yes.
You said mean? Like
Meanest,
unkind?
yes. Like they
Huh?
were not nice. The people that I came in contact with.
What was going
Just
on?
just the energy. I went there for a conference and it just kicked it there.
Okay.
And the people, just the energy wasn't good for real.
Mm.
I went to New York recently for the first time, and that's the stereotype about New Yorkers. They're mean, and everybody was so cool in New York, just super cool. The only time I actually saw some drama was, I think it was on the last day, a taxi had hit. A guy's dog had ran out into the street. This was in Harlem. A guy's dog had ran out into the street, and the taxi hit it and hit the dog, and the dog like rolled and then kept going. And I guess the owner of the dog was this. He might have been like 16 or 17 years old. Had on a tank top, tattoos. Dude ran up on the taxi, was like trying to yank the door off of the taxi. Like he was getting ready to hurt that taxi driver. And the taxi driver like was running and sped off for hitting his dog. But his dog ran into the street, so it wasn't the taxi driver's fault. But he was still getting ready to give him the business.
Wow.
That was the only drama. New York was great, and everybody there was really nice. And I was in all the boroughs, and everybody was super cool. But New Orleans,
Really?
Wow.
I really liked my time in New
love
Orleans.
that.
The people that I
I
met
did
were
too.
really nice.
yeah.
I'm gonna go with New Orleans. I like the New Orleans accent too. The other accent that makes me that I just think is funny is the Bermudian accent. So it just feels lighthearted. It's like, can you be mad? Like, I don't think you can be mad with that accent. It's just like, I don't think I can take it seriously.
Yeah.
Like they're yelling at you, and you just like,
I wish I could mimic it, but I can't.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm good at mimicking accents. New Orleans I have an unpopular opinion. I do like Baltimore accents as well.
Yeah.
I like Baltimore.
Yeah.
Accents. Yeah. One of my favorite is Jess Hilarious. I don't know if y'all watch her.
Very classic Baltimore.
Yes. She has this show on YouTube called co-parenting sessions. They're hilarious. But it's her and her baby daddy. And they like go back and forth about their co-parenting. It's really, really, really funny. Then they both talk in their Baltimore accents. They have very strong Baltimore accents. And they're like 5 minutes long, and I like watch it back to back for like an hour. Just it's hilarious. Yeah, Baltimore's a good one.
I'm glad it's not that unpopular. Maybe other people outside of us feel that way, but
I like those. I like all of those.
I think I like overall though. I like Southern accents more than. So this was the funniest thing talking about accents. There was so I was at work. This one I worked at Georgia State, and it was the only people in the office was me and my coworker. She's from Georgia. I'm from Florida. So anytime we talk, our Southern accents come out, right? Mm-hmm. So we were talking. We don't think we have accents, right? We just talking regular. But there was a person that walked in. She said across the pond. So she's from England. And so she needed some help with something. So we helped her, and then we just all kind of started talking. And as we're talking, me and my coworker started going back and forth. And the lady was just looking at us. So she's from England, but then she lived in Philly for a long time and then came down to Atlanta for some business. So she was looking at us and like watching us talk. And we just going back and forth, and we laughing, and we this and we that. And right in the middle, we kind of was looking at her, and she said, I'm sorry, I'm just listening to y'all talk. It's just like, it's like music. And we was like, huh? She said, yeah, it's just like the way y'all talk, it's almost like y'all are talking over each other. It's like, it's not like y'all aren't talking to, it's just, it sounds like a song. Like it really sounds like a song that y'all.
Wow, interesting.
Just the way that it kind of goes back and forth. And she said, I really think it's y'all's accent. She's talking in her accent, of course. And she said, I think it's like the Southern accent. But that's one thing I like about coming to the South is just the way people talk. It sounds like music. I was like, I never thought about it like that before.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite accent stories.
One of my favorite accent stories is when I was studying abroad in Spain, and there were some other people from different European countries who were there too. And one was this Austrian girl, and so she knew a lot of languages. It's like she was there to learn Spanish. She knew English, of course. She knew her language, or was she German? Whatever, it don't matter. Anyway, so she comes there, and so what I realized was at different times she said that it was hard to understand me, and I'm like, well, why? And it was because of my Southern accent that I didn't realize that I had. But she could hear. She could understand a lot of the other English speakers really well, and I'm like, well, that's too bad. So, but I started using it to my advantage because she would get the food there was terrible.
In Spain?
In Spain?
Yeah, the food that we had on this particular campus, it was terrible.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
So basically food was like nasty, nastier, nastiest. And so the nasty food actually began to taste good.
Damn.
And so she used to get these cookies from her mom. Her cookies, they were nasty. She liked them. But when she let us have them, we were like, all these cookies, but they taste good. And we would look forward to them because they were just regular nasty. And so she would get these coveted cookies that like her mom or grandma, somebody would always send her. And so anytime they sent them to her, she would let us have some. And we were like, oh, can we get some of those cookies? So one time, I started doing this with my friend who was there with me. Shout out to Elisa Jean.
Elisa Jean, shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Elisa Jean who was there. I asked her because I knew she wouldn't understand me. I was like, yeah, let me get some of them nasty little cookies. And so, and so my friend who's there with me, who can clearly understand what I'm saying, she's dying laughing. She's like, oh. And I'm like, yeah, can we have some of them little nasty ass cookies? And the girl, she's just like, yeah, here you go. And I'm like, thanks for these little nasty cookies. She did not understand what I was saying. So we got by ourselves, we died laughing about talking about the nasty cookies because she didn't know I was calling them nasty. Great.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
Man. It's funny, Jackie, you being from New York, but I don't really hear like a strong accent from you for real.
Yeah, I don't either, no.
Yeah.
I feel like I have too much stuff going on to have like an accent in one place. Because like at this point, living in Atlanta, like 10 plus years, like I would have to do the math of all the times like I lived here off and on. And then plus my parents are not from, like my family's not from New York. So I didn't hear a New York accent, like, you know, unless I was, you know, outside the house. And in New York, I had like a ton of Caribbean friends and family and whatnot. So, you know, just mad Jamaican, Haitian, whoever else accents.
Okay, that makes sense.
I feel like I never had one. I can't even fake one. That's not 100% true. I feel like there's sometimes like certain words that I say, like it'll come out.
Yeah.
But if I think about it and try to do it, like I'm not gonna be able to do it.
It's not gonna, yeah. Now I remember when I first moved to Georgia, and within like that first year or two, I was talking to one of my homeboys on the phone, and he said, "Man, you sound like one of them Georgia boys." He said, "You completely lost your accent." And I said, "For real?"
Wow.
He said, "Yeah, you don't sound like us no more." And I was like, "Man," and so I felt bad. I was like, "Oh no, I don't want to lose my identity." Yeah, I don't think I do. It's. I mean, there is a difference between the Southern accents, though. But yeah, I was like, "Oh no,
interesting.
I want to sound like my people."
I don't know if I could pick out, like, if somebody had a Southern accent and I had to guess whether they were from South Carolina, Alabama, or Georgia, I would not be able to do it.
I don't think I would either, but they're actually quite different when you like listen to all of them, even like from Texas. And I was talking to one of my actually my brother-in-law. He was like, "There's so many different Atlanta accents too." He was like, "There's an East Side accent."
That's true.
Like, and I'm just like, but it's like I feel like I need to hear more examples to be able to say, "Oh yeah, you're right." But that would really be fun to do like a Southern accent tour.
That would
just
be
notice the differences between them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. What's next on the list?
Why don't we let's see, we're going on an hour, so I think what this would be a good one to wrap.
Are we hitting an hour?
Yeah, we're about to hit an hour. Why don't we close it up with our favorite comedy specials, our favorite comedians?
Oh wow.
Or just favorite comedy, anything that we've been checking out recently. Just like you said, you like Just Hilarious, John.
Oh, okay.
If there's favorite accounts or stuff to have you giggling.
Okay.
I got one. I have two. I recently watched Dave Chappelle's Killing Me Softly again, and I forgot how hilarious it was. So I'm gonna put that on the list of favorites. But during quarantine, I discovered a love for Tony Baker. He has an account on Instagram, and he does like voiceovers.
Tony Baker,
and they are hilarious. I like now I go and I like find him every day just to see like what's new that he posted because they're so funny to me.
Tony Baker's funny.
Yeah, he's funny. I love when he does those animal voiceovers.
Yes.
And he has the real deep voice.
Yes.
Hilarious.
Yes.
Especially the animals that be trying to get with the other animals. Hey, girl, come here. And you don't want to get in on this?
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah. Nah, Tony Baker's hilarious. He is hilarious. Oh, let's see. What do I like? A comedian's comedy. So I watch a lot of podcasts. My favorite podcast right now, and both of these people, they're comedians. They're not like big names. I could tell you my big name people too, but Here's the Thing podcast with Kev on Stage and that chick Angel.
Oh, okay.
When I tell you, I look forward to that like
really
like back in the 90s when Martin came on Thursdays and you was looking forward to that episode. I look forward to it like that, and they drop a new one every Wednesday, and I really be like waiting for it to drop. Like, I love that part. They are really, really, really funny. So yeah, that's kind of a new one for people to go check out. But like big names, the 85 South Show, I love them.
Oh, I don't know that one. Who's that?
Oh my gosh, there's DC Young Fly, Carlos Miller, and Chico Bean. These dudes.
Oh, this is like a Wildin' Off spin-off type of.
Yeah, they kind of spent off. They all met on Wildin' Out, and they spent when I actually paid more for their ticket. I paid about the same for their ticket to their show as I did for when I went to go see Beyonce. Yes,
really?
Their tickets was expensive, and I paid for that because I
like
was
$100.
Well, it was like a $150, $160, something like that.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
was it stand up?
It's crazy. It's not stand up. It's like they can do stand up, but they're really just like three dudes. They all come on stage and they do what we doing. They just talk.
Okay.
It reminds me of like watching them reminds me of like the cafeteria in high school when you just go to the cafeteria, everybody got they lunch, and people just roasting each other, and they just going and they just talking, and it's just hilarious. I don't know how to describe it. It's just a vibe. Like they don't have no script, they don't have no topics. They just sit around on the podcast. They'll roll up a blunt, like maybe two, like one or two blunts. They'll roll up one or two blunts, and then just start going. They wait till the audio is going. When the audio is good, and they say, "Welcome back to the 85 South Show," they'll go for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Not just when I tell you, crying, tears, laughing.
Really? That's
It's
great.
these dudes. And it's the 80 because they all out of Atlanta. So I mean they're from different places. Chico from DC Young Fly from Atlanta, and Carlos Miller from Mississippi, but I think they all based out of Atlanta. They all live here now.
Mm.
And they're just it's just so like natural. Like
Mhm.
they just naturally funny, just talking. So yeah, I like 85 South Show. Here's the Thing podcast. What else? That might be it. What I watch. And then I watch a lot of Dave Chappelle too.
Mm.
Dave Chappelle. And then if I was to say my favorite comedian of recent times is Cat Williams. So
Mm.
if I watch Cat Williams, I'm crying. I'm crying.
I have a Cat Williams story.
Oh, do share.
You tell.
This is somewhat secondhand, but like I was involved indirectly. So I had a birthday party one year at Stats downtown. And if you've ever been to Stats, they have like this upstairs area that's like really nice. And so I went there one night for like some kind of function, and then I reserved this upstairs area for my birthday night. I didn't know at the time that my birthday fell on the night of like some big fight. It was like Mayweather and Pacquiao, maybe. I can't remember who it was, but it was like a big fight. Like everybody was out. Stats is a sports bar, so it was super crowded that night.
Oh,
And downtown was just like super crowded. So we had my birthday party, and then we all start to leave. Everybody's like going to their car and stuff. And then Astra gets in her car, and as she turns around to yes. As she turns around to like back out, her car door opens and somebody gets in, and she turns and looks, and it's Cat Williams. So she's like, "Sir, so what are you doing?" Like,
what?
And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Just go."
What?
Yeah, she's like, no, there's no go. Like we are not going anywhere. So I don't know if he was like looking for a car. She has just like a regular car, like a Honda or whatever. It's not anything fancy. So I don't know what he was doing, but he hopped in her car and was like, "Okay, let's go."
What? That's so wild.
That is
Yes.
the craziest thing.
Yes. So I get to my car, and she called me, and she was like, "Cat Williams just got in my car."
That's great and crazy.
What?
Yes.
That doesn't make sense.
It
That
doesn't.
is crazy.
It doesn't make sense. But once you say it's Cat Williams, then I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
2 and 2 are together. 2 and 2 make 4.
We gotta get Mayor Pruden on the show. I bet she got some stories, man. She done
Oh, Lord.
We gotta get her on the show.
man. Cat Williams just walked in the car. It was like, where we going?
Mhm.
Or just
She was
go.
like, where you going on?
Yeah. She made it seem like once he looked at her and realized, I guess whoever he was thinking it wasn't, but he got over that very quickly. Like, oh, it don't matter. Let's just go.
Oh wow.
I'd have been like, I'm gonna kidnap you and put you up for ransom and just hit the black community up on Black Twitter and be like, I got Cat Williams.
That would have been
great.
great. That would have been great.
Pay off my loans. I ain't giving you Cat Williams.
He would have rolled out that car. I can just. I wonder what would happen if Cat Williams got kidnapped. I don't think it would work.
You don't think the black community would come together?
No, I'm saying I don't think somebody could actually kidnap him
No.
because he's crazy.
Cat
I
Williams
don't
is
think
crazy.
that's what I'm saying. I don't think it would work.
He got like 19 felonies, don't he? Something like that.
Not want to kidnap him.
I don't want to kidnap Cat Williams.
Mm-mm.
Gee, that's funny to me.
No. Yeah.
Oh, let me think of my
He will fight back.
favorite. I like to look at accounts on. I'm big on Instagram. Like I really enjoy Instagram, and so I follow at Embracing Black Culture. They always got something that they posted that's funny, and that's just so blackety black. And I just enjoy that kind of stuff.
Embracing black culture.
embracing Black culture, yeah, and also I think I started following BS drivers, but I don't know if their stuff is funny. It's just as much as it's informative, which is just back seat drivers. Although I feel like some of their stuff now, I feel like it's kind of messy. So I might not follow that too much longer. Then there is what other stuff do I just be laughing at? What I was telling you all earlier, just Google why the word ass is the most difficult word in the English language. And it's just this little funny clip from this guy who just explains it, and I just think it's funny, and I'd like to find little things like that. It's just funny. And then I need to find more things that make me laugh, but I need to invest in some things that are just like straight comedy a little bit more, because I do have a tendency to go more like poetic and sometimes in my entertainment.
The deep stuff.
Yeah. And so I would love to find some funny things. There's this one guy, I forget his name, but he was like one of Dave Chappelle's right hand man on the Chappelle show, the white dude. What was his name?
Neil Brennan.
Yes.
On Netflix.
That dude is hilarious. Funny.
I was really surprised.
Wait, where is this?
It was on Netflix. He has a special on Netflix, and it's very interesting. And I guess I don't want to give it away. But his structure of the way that he does it, he mixes comedy with seriousness, and it's just it's not the normal way that you would ever experience a comedy special. I think that contrast is interesting. It takes you on an emotional ride, but it was good. It was really, really good. I was surprised at how much I actually laughed out loud.
Yeah, because I work out of town, on some days, one of my favorite things to do is listen to comedy specials on my ride, and so his is one of the ones I have downloaded, and I think it's called. What is it called? I think it's called Black People and Women or something like that. Let me see if I can find it. He has two, and they are really, really, really funny. And there have been times where I was laughing so hard that I couldn't see because I had tears in my eyes. Oh, Women and Black Dudes. So yeah, that's one of the names of them. Women and Black Dudes.
That's the name of a special?
Yeah, that's the name of the special.
It's called Women and Black People?
Yeah, this is on
it's on Netflix?
This is the one on Netflix. It's called Three Mics. I don't know if y'all can see it.
Yeah. Is that the one I saw? I don't know.
I think that one is Three Mics. I think that's the one on Netflix.
I did watch the one on Netflix, but I feel like it was called something different, but maybe that's just me. Maybe it was actually called that, and I just don't remember.
But yeah, Women and Black Dudes, I don't think that's up there, but that one is good too. Both of them, yeah. So everything Amber just said, I confirm that because he's really, really funny. But he mixes it with serious, like you said, serious topics, and the way he goes in and out of it.
Yeah.
He's really a genius. Like you can tell he was the genius behind a lot of why. Like when you listen to it and you listen to him, you'll be like, that now I see why Dave Chappelle was so groundbreaking. If you had writers like that, you'll be like, all right, he's definitely the genius. I put on Facebook one time, and I thought I was gonna get flack for it, because this will be another anti-Black statement, but I don't care. But a lot of people agree. I said Neil Brennan and Dave Chappelle is the comedy version of Outkast.
But both the members of Outkast are Black.
I know. That's why I thought it'll be an unpopular opinion, because to compare a white guy and a white and black duo to like possibly the greatest rap group of all time.
Well, I guess I need to learn more about Neil Brennan.
Yeah,
I'll watch his comedy specials, and then I'll have enough accurate, factual information to
agree or disagree.
Yeah, agree or disagree about this statement.
I won't come.
I'll reserve my judgment until a later date and time.
Cool.
Well, this was fun.
This was good. Yes.
good.
We got to do a part 2 of this.
Yeah, this was good. There's so many more favorite things we can do. So I feel like
Oh.
every now and again, maybe we should make this favorite things a series. So it's just like favorite things part 1, favorite things part 2, because it's just so much out there that's good.
No, we got a whole list. We ain't even covered half of it yet.
Exactly. So this
Right.
is fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try me some. I hope to find some dill pickle wrap snacks. I probably won't do the oatmeal and Kool-Aid or in Simply Lemonade.
Not doing that.
Probably won't do that.
Not
I
gonna do
won't
that.
watch Friends, but I will watch Living Single.
But that ain't changed. You was already go watch Living Single.
So I'm just gonna remind myself why I watched Living Single, not because the Friends creators took it from Living Single. So that's another
Correct.
thing. I just feel like I'm a little like, even though I did watch when I was in like 6th and 7th grade, I think a little bit, like I was watching some of the episodes because one of my friends was watching it, and it's not bad. I don't want to say like I'm gonna completely hate on the show, but I think the older I've gotten, the less I appreciate the show because of how it started and because of how it doesn't have any Black people in it.
Right.
It's just that kind of like isolation that it seems like white people can live in. The insulation, let me just say that, the insulation from Blackness, which I think is just interesting that they could even create a whole show with nary a Black person. Except I think somebody like did the whole list of all the shows and it was like an extra somebody like in terms of like speaking parts, very few. Like it was like 1 or 2, something crazy.
Gabrielle Union was on a few episodes.
Oh.
And then there was another one. She played Ross's girlfriend for a
I was
couple.
gonna say, I feel like there was somebody had a Black girlfriend.
Yeah, this was towards the end.
That's
Like, it was
always
like the 8th season.
that's always like the diversity thing. Like, oh, if you get in some diversity flack, just bring on a Black girlfriend for a few episodes and
Right. And it'll,
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
yeah, it was only a few, though. It definitely should have been more. So, I will try the rap snacks. I had not thought about that. So, that is something I will try. And then
Here's what we should do. We should all get a bag of wrap snacks on our next episode. We could do a live taste test and review.
Yay, let's do
Oh,
it.
I like that.
Let's do it.
Okay. So do a review of our rap. So we all bring our rap snacks to
Yeah.
the episode.
Yeah.
Boom.
Fun.
All get different. Okay. And do we all have to get different flavors or the same? We just get whatever flavor we
I
want.
won't be eating the dill pickle ones.
Okay.
That's just I can't do that. Yeah. I'm not
Okay.
I don't know. We can figure it out.
Okay. I'm excited. That's gonna be
That's
fun.
fun. Yeah, that's fun.
All right. But yeah, I will do the rap snacks.
All right then.
Cool. All hearts and minds clear.
clear.
Feeling good, feeling great. How are you?
Feeling good. Wasn't this joyful? I think it did what we set out to do.
I think so
You know
too.
what I'm saying? A Black Joy episode. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in to Street Academy Podcast, our Black Joy episode where we keep 1 foot in the academy and 1 foot in the streets. And yeah, we had a lot of fun just talking about all of our favorite things and favorite parts of Black culture and even some of our anti-Black attitudes that we need to check. Some of the things that make us complete hypocrites.
That's funny.
Oh man. So yeah, for sure check us out, y'all, on YouTube. Check us out on Spotify. We on Apple Podcast. I think it's Apple Podcasts, Google Radio. What else? Radio something. There was another one. Radio Podcast is another place where we are. So we are getting out there, and I'm very excited about that. We got things happening, things moving. So for those who've been rocking with Street Academy, thank you. Hope you've been enjoying the ride. For those that's just coming on, welcome. We in this thing for the long haul. We rolling. We having a lot of fun. So appreciate y'all for joining us. Peace, peace, peace.
A-Town down.
That you know got their feet upon the neck of the haters, the game and the devil like came